Blarla. Hello peeps and welcome to Galacticare. We did a peeping at on this one and really quite enjoyed it, and then the developers offered me a key and I said yes. So here we are, we're going to play Galacticare. Also they have just released, well not just released, it was about last week I think, they released a major update, challenge mode. Now we may check out challenge mode at some point, and you should definitely check out challenge mode, but I'm just going to play the game because I haven't played the game yet and I'd really like to, so I think we should jump straight in. Today's video is sponsored by Zeke Zenith Travelling Matt. Thank you my guy. Galactic Exchange, spend Lomite. Have I said that wrong? Pretty sure I've said that wrong. What is this? Oh, look at this at the Galactic Exchange. Look at, we get items. So at the moment we have none of this stuff. Pumps out that lovely new hospital smell. Divides spaces, not walls. That's what we call false advertising. I suppose it's a wall divider, isn't it? And it's like, but it doesn't divide the wall. I guess we'll have a look at Chapter 1, Orientation.
Greetings, Director. Let me be the first to congratulate you on your appointment. Ms. Orion and I are excited to see how you'll rise to the occasion. We're establishing our first facility right here in orbit around Earth. Ms. Orion is already on site. Let's get this thing kicked off, shall we?
Shall we? Okay, great. So we have hospital rating up to 5, time played nothing. We get rewards. Ooh, or at different stars. Okay. Ooh, what's... I don't like the look of that. Most orientated award. Awarded to exemplary directors who complete the most challenging orientation protocols with flying colours. And we've got a map here. Oh wow, this is like theme hospital styly. Oh look, we've got restart story and restart sandbox, so we could play it in sandbox as well. Toggle challenge mode. Oh, this is the challenge mode. In challenge mode, conditions will randomly mutate into more dangerous forms. Patients will arrive in greater numbers and be harder to keep alive. Income is reduced, disasters are increased, and various other systems are tweaked to increase difficulty. Holy smokes. Okay, so that's what that is. That's challenge mode. We're not going to be turning this on because I don't know how to play this game. And that just seems really stupid to turn that on now.
Glistening before you and silhouetted against the green marble of Earth is Galacticare's newest high-orbit station and your first hospital. I'm Heel, the AP assigned to all of Galacticare's extrasolar operations. Think of me as your personal assistant, for it is my duty to assist you in all things healthcare as we strike out amongst the stars. Soon, patients from all throughout the solar system will darken our halls, bringing with them all sorts of awful maladies and excretions. Medibots on standby, Director. Before then, Ms. Orion wishes to fire the starting gun personally. I'm sure we'll be receiving a call from her any moment now. Yeah, and there she is.
Incoming calls will wait indefinitely. Take your time and answer them when you're ready to continue. Some characters may react to waiting in unexpected ways.
The prompt at the bottom right of your user interface will answer her call. There's no rush. Contacts will wait for you to answer.
Bonjour, guten Tag, Moshi Director, and welcome to Galacticare. It's time to bring this dream of ours to life. I can't wait to see this hospital up and running. Personally, I'm not one for all this nitty-gritty management stuff. I'd much rather be in the lab, so that's why you're here. Remember, if you ever feel lost, you can review your objectives in the top right corner of your interface. Take it away, Heel.
Thank you, Mom. Director, let's start with a particularly fun section. Calibrating sensors and perspective. Yes, we'll be panning, rotating, and even zooming your camera. Both in and out, mind you. Thrilling stuff. Your objectives should be displayed now. If they're not, then everything is broken, and it may be simpler for you to resign.
We don't have to make such a big thing of the tutorial.
Spinning around like a gyro. I feel vaguely ill. Now, there was something else I was supposed to be doing. Oh, yes. Yes, the hospital. Patients and preventing death, profit, and so on. Very well, then. To do healthcare, we will require both a reception desk and a diagnosis room. Let's first place
To
the
do
reception
it.
desk so that we can process
To
patients
do
as they arrive.
healthcare.
I've highlighted the menu in which you will find said desk.
Ooh, we've got a few here. What are the differences? Absolutely nothing, apart from how they look.
Now all we need is a diagnosis room.
Oh,
Ms. Ryan will
look.
be calling with the details momentarily.
That's the only way to be a receptionist, look. Lots of arms, doing lots of different things. I'm enjoying this plant, particularly. We've got some sweets here on the side. Why don't you take one? How does this work? What's this? I like that one's got a cross and one's got a tick. Is this where we're sort of not too into patients? Do we send them away? Also, this tick is backwards. Tick's backwards. What?
The diagnosis room is our patient's first step on the road to recovery. It's where we evaluate what's gone wrong with their meaty bodies. Also, tiny spinny drones come out of it, which is very cool and entirely necessary.
Minimum room size 3x3. Required objects: diagnosis desk, a desk/runaway for launching diagnosis drones at the patient. Christ. A drone readout for displaying diagnostic data from drone scans, and also basic cable. Wonderful. I'm not sure I'm into it. Okay, we'll do this. Can we put that behind? Ooh, we can put that behind, which is kind of cool. That shuttle bay pop up, less cool. Okay, so optional. Add one more tile to make the room spacious. Add 3 unique decorations to decorate the room well. Add a room upgrade. Well, I don't want to add one more tile because then the shape of the room is rubbish. Do we have windows? Anatomy poster. If the doctor needs to look at this, we're in trouble. Okay, so we've got some nice cabinets and things. Hazard stripes, that's cool. I like, oh, these lights are cool, aren't they? They're cool. Wall dividers. Oh, that's a bit extravagant. What is this? Oh yeah, the things that we can unlock later. Bunch of posters, actually. There's a bunch of posters. Wall art. Some rugs. Quite boring rugs, aren't they? Oh, we got some plants. The plants are quite interesting. What is this? Curious. Biocanisters. Root network. Oh, I like that. Oh, what's that? Oh, windows. That was it, yes. Well, I think we might go for the round. It feels like this is the right place for round windows, doesn't it? This feels like if you're not going to do round windows in this kind of game, when are you going to do round windows? So we'll pop those in, and then we'll cover the window. Ooh, that's annoying though, isn't it? That has to go off one side. Can we do? Oh, but like 2 point. If I press and hold control. It's not quite as fine-tuned. It just allows you to do half squares, it seems. Whereas on 2 point, that would allow us to absolutely fine-tune it. Whereas here, it just goes around in half squares instead, I think. Yeah. So we're going to pop that there. Room is well decorated. Add a room upgrade. A room upgrade. Add tiles. What is all this? Recolor the room. Recolor the room. Oh, look at this. Oh, I didn't see it do it though. Oh, you... What? So where are room upgrades? I guess maybe we unlock those later. So we're going to confirm this.
Now, that's the
It's
diagnosis
beautiful.
room, Mary. Now
Yeah.
we'll need a treatment room. Ms. Ryan will be in touch with the juicy details.
Skin! Everyone has it. Unless they have an exoskeleton, or nothing at all. The Skin Lab uses proprietary chemicals to coat our patients in a gentle foam, which strips off their outsides and rebuilds them from scratch. It's relatively painless. I use the Skin Lab instead of a shower sometimes.
Sounds a bit like the jelly vat, doesn't it? So treatment tank houses the patient during treatment. They might need to be nudged in with a long stick. Mixing console, so it mixes fluids to treat patients' skin conditions. adds some chemicals so they don't drown. What the hell is this thing? Oh, the thing that houses the patient. So we want this probably quite close to the door so they can just sort of step in to it, right? Coming through the door, and then we poke them with a big stick. And then we've got the mixing console. So this is sort of doctor based. So we can pop this over here. Look at that. That's full of really cool looking things. So recruitment.
And there they are, Director. You can see their name, species, and traits that are unique to them. We currently have Ohde and human candidates, and are restricted to them for reasons which I can assure you are culturally sensitive. I'm certain you'll come to find the unique traits of the galaxy's different sapiens particularly helpful for your work. Choose a candidate when you're ready.
Trainee. These are all trainees. Okay. So maybe that's their level. Inherited known knowledge. Increased research generated for low research level conditions. Increase eureka chance for high research level conditions. It's a species related thing. Increases the influence generated during treatment. Okay. Then we have these traits here. Look, energetic, quick fingers, diplomatic, scholarly, careful, diplomatic and the scholarly again, and then a negative trait, a bit thick. Reduced experience, embezzler, careless, litterbug, lethargic, psychopath, always damages patients, and doing so makes them happy. Dead bodies don't apply. Negative mood. 2 eyes, accident prone. 2% chance of killing a patient. Hiring Elrond.
You can place that newly hired doctor wherever you like, even directly in a room, which will assign it as their primary task.
Oh, okay, that's cool. So, does this mean she wouldn't actually quite... Oh. So our best 2 options here, I think, for me at least, is the Marcus here, who is careless, but is diplomatic, or Cassandra, who's lethargic but careful. I think we'll go with Cassandra. She'll be careful with the equipment. I think we'll go with that.
Your new staff will set about their tasks in your rooms, aiding our soon-to-be patients. Doctors gain experience as they work, and more experienced doctors are, as you'd imagine, better at things. Due to capitalism, staff require payment on a regular basis, so do be sure not to overhire and inflate your expenses. An excellent set of rooms and doctors, Director, which will surely excel at treating patients. You should be commended for your ambition. Speaking of which, your legally mandated commendation, known in human society as payment, is yours to claim.
New object, collect rewards. Claim your rewards. So we do have a bunch of credits, and these, I'm just going to call this might. Human influence increases your reputation with the human by 200. Craft EM used to craft room upgrades, corridor upgrades, and consumables. Okay, claim.
We're ready to open the hospital. Let's see if we can't get our patients back to their rent pods in one piece.
She needs a staff room.
Ready to begin?
Not yet. Can we build a staff room? No. Fine. We will have to open then.
I'm sure there's a reason you're clicking this. Oh, finally ready. Well, as I am neurologically incapable of opposing you, even as a joke, the hospital is now open. Patients are arriving now, Director. They shall scuttle about our hospital and deposit their various detritus within its once sterile halls.
Yeah, because I'd also quite like to sort of place bins and things. Look. Litter goes here and not on the floor. Some can't seem to grasp this. I know, right? Let's put a Benny just here. And a Binny sort of here. I like the idea of them walking in through this door and just sort of tripping over the bin. That's good. Now we've got some vending machines here. Oh, look, toilet. It's a toilet pod. Thanks to government overreach, providing organics with toilets is legally mandated. Government overreach. Toxin vending machine. Fulfills nutrition need. Zap your cravings and possibly your liver with a can of toxin. TM. X-Pulse vending machine. X-Pulse for extreme thirst. Disclaimer, comes with risk of extreme tachycardia. Brilliant. So we get a drinks machine in. Do you know what? These machines, they look pretty cool, don't they?
Humans, we love them. They are us, sometimes. Not always, though. Humans are a lot of things. And one of those things is that they're social beings. They'll improve our influence whenever they complete treatments. Also, they've accidentally engineered a dystopia where corporations have become kingdoms. So that's great. Sorry. That's a conversation for another time, I guess.
Human, a new species. Species traits cultural curiosity. Increases the influence generated during treatment. Species desires ordinary decorations. Improve this rating by placing ordinary decorative objects throughout the hospital. Food and drink. Improve this rating by placing nutrition fulfilling objects such as vending machines throughout your hospital. And then we've got a chemically standard carbon-based faunal life form. Humans are one of the most adaptable and intellectually advanced species on their home planet. At the cellular level, humans exhibit a wide array of specialized cell types, each with distinct functions contributing to the overall functioning of their organs and systems. This is exciting. Human bodies are remarkably diverse, both superficially and structurally, with an unusually wide range of body types compared to most other species. Some humans also have a tendency to endorse and accept cybernetications or post-humanism. The augmentation of their bodies via technological means only increasing the variety of their morphology, physical function and biochemistry. While some humans have been known to reach a lifespan exceeding 140, the effective lifespan of any given human will vary tremendously based on their material circumstances. Human sexuality is a broad and in-depth matter which requires a more specialised investigation than this codex can provide. Wow, look at all this writing. This is nuts, but it's always good to have a base thing. You know what? I'll have a little skip button if you don't want to listen to all of this. Chapter skip. A relatively recent introduction to galactic society, humans have soared into prominence as one of the most diverse and culturally inventive species in modern times, and one of the most economically influential. Led by the Solar Coalition, a unifying body adapted from the former United Nations, which largely regulates interaction between its ruling corporations, nation-states have primarily ceased to exist within human culture, with humans typically residing as citizens of a specific corporation territory. While economics led by private corporate capital had largely fallen out of favour across the galaxy, humanity's embrace of these concepts have led to a market renaissance, with the many needs and desires of human culture being attended to by upstart institutions from other cultures in a gold rush of human enthusiasm. A broad and relatively quaint manufacturing base has also seen their companies accepted across the galaxy, with human-created products often considered charming, if somewhat rustic. Humans are one of the only species which legally permits the creation of intelligent artificial life synthetics. The term synthetics refers to most forms of artificially created non-organic intelligences. While each culture has its own majority position on what constitutes life and consciousness, synthetics, as a broad term, have largely been regulated and prohibited across the galaxy for a variety. Why did we struggle with that word? For a variety of culture ethical and religious reasons. I'm going to have a sip of my drink. This is a lot of reading. Okay. Oh, Jesus. It's like we've opened a book. Earth is a somewhat unusual exception. Humans have produced two classes of synthetics. AI, or artificial intelligence, refers to any non-conscious artificial agent. Vending machines, warehouse drones, chatbots, syntherapists, and other all fit into this category. AI networks are regularly pruned, a process by which any unnecessary blooming complexity in their neural networks is destroyed to prevent the emergence of a proto-consciousness. Sounds a bit harsh, doesn't it? Okay, AP, or artificial person. I say it sounds a bit harsh. I sort of feel like the human race is like that now, but with actual people. AP, or artificial person, refers to artificial agents which have been specifically created so as to allow for higher human-like consciousness. Tightly regulated and made only within very specific AP institutions, these beings are created with a specific fixation, logistics, botany, music, and so on, so as to embrace a role in society which will benefit humanity as a whole. Additionally, APs have been engineered to experience either an acceptable minimum of negative emotion or none whatsoever, with a meaningful social role to voluntarily embrace and an absence of any internal suffering. APs would seem to pose no threat whatsoever. Diverse, compelling, and variable, humans themselves have become a fascinating novelty for many other cultures, especially the Ohde, who have been particularly taken with them for some time. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, we're going to have to do that every time we discover a new species. Okay. Somebody's in here. So we got bonitis, just broken limbs, I guess. Ohde, with shattered arm. Wow, wow. Don't know what's going on there. Oh, I'm loving her outfit. It's absolutely amazing. So it is, by the way. This is great. Oh my god, look at this. Oh my god.
Our employer is rather keen to introduce you to the Ohde. The call icon should be at the bottom right, Director.
The Ohde are a curious bunch. Although they're all clones, they revere old age, competing with each other to see who can live in any one body the longest. Once they retired from their dreams of galactic empire, they developed an odd fascination with humanity. It began with crop circles and cow abductions, and ended up in appropriating the most problematic parts of 1950s Earth culture, surf rock, and traditional gender roles.
Right. Okay. So the Ohde, a new species. Skip chapter if you wish. Inherited knowledge. Increased research generated for low research level conditions. Increase Eureka chance for high research level conditions. Species desires well-decorated rooms. Improve this rating by adequately decorating your room. So we've been doing that, haven't we? So that will be keeping the Ohde happy. Curious decorations. Improve this rating by placing curious decorative objects throughout the hostel. And I think the one in general diagnosis was a curious, I believe, wasn't it? The Ohde are, chemically speaking, relatively standard carbon-based life forms. Uniquely, however, they reproduce by means of cloning and are able pass their individual consciousness from one body to the next. The specifics of this process are a tightly guarded of Ohde civilization. The specifics of this process are a tightly guarded secret of Ohde civilization. With their reproduction handled by their cloning process, the Ohde have long since evolved or been engineered out of any distinct sexual characteristics. Ohde gender expression is limited and largely, though crudely, adapted from human gender roles of the period of the 1950s CE. Outsiders have observed that Ohde bodies are remarkably frail, brittle, inelastic, and at risk for a variety of ailments. This seemingly universal aspect of their physiology, much in line with advanced age in other species, has led to the suspicion that Ohde cloning has led to a deterioration in their genetic structures. It could, however, be a deliberate choice made for either aesthetic or cultural reasons. The Ohde homeworld, Zorb 11, is inhabited by a number of life forms with striking similarity to those from Earth. While the likelihood of cows independently evolving on multiple worlds is biologically unlikely, it can't be fully discounted as an explanation. The maximum lifespan of the Ohde is unknown. While individual Ohde bodies have been known to die of natural causes, the clones into which their consciousness is then transferred seem perfectly functional and in reasonably good health. Were an Ohde to be disentangled from the cloning and mind transference network, their body may only last for several decades. With the cloning system, however, some Ohde are known to have been alive for many centuries and, in some cases, millennia. Bloody hell. How, or even if, new Ohde consciousnesses are created is a mystery unknown outside their society. Society. Brace yourselves, everybody. Should we have a sip of drink? Christ. Because, if we don't do this now, it'll never get done. Okay. The Ohde are the remnants of an ancient galaxy-spanning empire who have long enjoyed retirement from their colonizing enterprises. No known cultures hold any distinct animosity toward the Ohde. However, as far as the historical record goes, during the time period of their imperial reign, there were no other intelligent spacefaring civilizations to conquer. It's assumed that despite being widespread and containing tens of thousands of systems, their empire presided over an essentially silent galaxy. Generally peaceful and with strong relationships with other cultures, the Ohde's technological mastery and long dormant skills of empire have been instrumental in forming the backbone of the modern galactic community. The Ohde form of authority and government is unknown, and while Ohde ambassadors are assigned to represent the interests of their worlds, no contact with any ultimate Ohde authority has been made directly. Several publicly released but unverified decryptions of Ohde communications have implied that their culture is governed by some form of synthetic life. Conspiracy theories and rumours of this sort flourish about all cultures, and the Ohde tight-lippedness about their internal government structure has done little to discourage the spread of such rumours. Humans are, for reasons unknown, a particular fascination to the Ohde. Modern Ohde culture has adapted and appropriated nearly every niche of human culture: fashion, language, architecture, gender expression, philosophical schools of thought. That one I find surprising. Modes of science, music, dance, and so on. Some attention has been paid to how similar the Ohde are to the fictionally grey aliens featured in various human cultures. The official position of all concerned parties is that this is a pure coincidence. As a cultural universal, Ohde revere old age, and especially the length of time between the clone generations of an individual Ohde. To be an Ohde with a low number of clone generations is a mark of tremendous status, a sign that an Ohde has died so scarcely that the individual is healthy and robust. Contrariwise, Ohdes with a large generational number are considered clumsy, reckless, sickly, or inept. One of the features of Ohde fascination with humanity is their use of the defunct system of Roman numerals, which are appended to each Ohde's name to indicate the aforementioned generational number. Ode cloning is, according to the Ode themselves, a tightly regulated affair, with all instances of cloning and mind transfer having to be approved by some form of internal authority. Despite this, some Odes, such as the infamous Dr. Odious, have broken from their society and established their own cloning technology, allowing for, amongst other things, the generation of many simultaneous clones at once. In Ode society, this act is considered so profoundly illegal and unethical that its practitioners have been painted with a unique slur, which will not be translated here.
Okay. We've received a patient with a shattered arm. Let's inspect them and see if we can't mend their appendage.
The machine.
Fine. Behold the patient panel. I've highlighted the condition track. This fellow's condition requires them to be reboned, and for that, we'll need a boning chamber.
Boning chamber.
The boning chamber, a retrofitted mining machine which chomps fresh, minty new skeletons directly into our patients. An assistant engineer fitted the schematic with internal cameras for personal reasons. That'll teach me to poach staff from Salazon. Anyway, that's all fixed, and it's mostly safe. Mostly.
Right, repurposed mining equipment. And Good Boy, renamed by Hill for reasons he cannot remember. Such a good boy.
Boning chamber. A fine room indeed. I do rather admire the machine in there. Rather charming, actually. I think I'll call him Harold. I haven't the foggiest idea why.
Fixes skeletal trauma by mulching broken bones and 3D printing new ones right into the patient. Okay, here's the machine itself. Jeez. It's quite big, isn't it? It's quite a big one. We don't have a new poster for boning. That's right, you heard me.
You may find yourself running short on space in our initial hospital area. You can expand to other nearby areas by selecting them and paying a small fee. To whom, I'm not sure. Well, now that we've got a few treatment rooms up and running, let's talk about keeping our staff and patients happy. Let's inspect one of our doctors to grasp the full extent of their needs.
We need some bennies. That's what we need.
Through this panel, we can see the various qualities and needs that define our doctor. This is their mood. A happy doctor will perform their job efficiently, whereas an unhappy doctor is more likely to make mistakes. If their mood gets too low, they may simply leave. You can see the various thoughts and feelings impacting their mood here. For example, witnessing the death of a patient may result in a degree of momentary sadness. Physical needs, like hunger and energy, are fulfilled by vending machines, staff lounges, toilets, and so on. By the looks of things, this individual needs to unwind in a staff lounge.
This one's pretty straightforward. It's a staff lounge. Staff will go in there and lounge. There's a fire pit and everything. We considered a mindfulness cube, but people found the idea nightmarish. So they get this instead. I don't get it. I love the cube. I'll go in there sometimes just to scream at the walls. Great de-stressor.
Look, it's kind of cool, isn't it? We're supposed to be able to recolor things, aren't we? Oh. Oh, I see. So you pick the colour and then you build the room. Is that... Does this move? Oh, it does. That's fantastic. Okay, we'll go with that.
The required facilities have been installed, and the number of organics who've relieved themselves in the hospital has slipped under the bar for legal concern. Bravo, Director. You have provided everything organics need for a state of mild comfort.
Ooh. We get rewards.
Director, it's time to meet your marginally useful maintenance crew. This is a Medibot. They've been purchased at low cost and reprogrammed to maintain our equipment and clean up various forms of vomit. The robot is waving. Medi, are you waving? Are you waving your awful little hands? It appears that Medi wishes to speak to you. Not to worry, I doubt it has much to say.
Hello, new director. It's me, Medi. Heel says I'm a toaster, and that I might actually be useful if I was dropped in someone's bathtub.
Yes, that comment is slightly off out of context, Director, but you may rest assured that Medi has no clue what's going on.
Well, I guess so. Also, he'll keep saying I'm a fake boy, and being programmed to imitate humanity is a disgrace. He's my best friend.
Medi, you don't have any friends because you're not real.
Of course I do. 'Cause you're my friend. And so is this giant creature who's about to eat the station.
Bugger me! What in the world is going on? Hello there!
Baz! I remember Baz.
I think it's okay, Heel. It's just a really big alien.
First of all, Medi, it's a colossal. Secondly, please refrain from use of the term alien in reference to non-human sapiens. Director, the alien is somehow hailing us, though not on any identifiable frequency. It's almost as though it's directly pushing buttons inside the station's systems. In the absence of any better ideas, perhaps it's best to, pick up the phone.
Electronic and eukaryotic persons of Galacticare. I am Bazanora Forgoria. Baz is also fine, in the interests of brevity. I developed these painful glowing spots about 4,000 years ago. I wondered if you could come and have a look at me.
Director, this is an opportunity we can't pass up. Colossals are notoriously elusive. Few even get to talk to them, let alone get all up in their biology. Let's help him out. First, you'll need to dispatch a ship from the shuttle bay to take a biopsy. That'll let us take a look at all the deliciously novel gubbins inside our new friend.
Sometimes a problem is too big for the hospital, and you'll need to dispatch a shuttle in order to deal with it in the vacuum of space. And you can do this by clicking on the icon above the shuttle bay. There's our man. I'm ready for work. Okay, come on then. What the stuff he's carrying.
And away she goes! Our shuttle will collect the sample from Baz via a gentle, non-invasive surgical translocation beam. It feels great, like scratching an itch. Don't ask me how I know.
Ooh, that feels nice. A bit like scratching an old itch.
Told ya. The shuttle is back with the sample we just took. It'll now be unloaded from the shuttle in an adorable canister. AI-driven medical devices, which behave much like patients do, just with less, brains. We'll need to send it to diagnosis to figure out our next steps. Remember, you can always select the relevant task in the objective window for more information.
Director, we'll want that canister to make it through its diagnosis as quickly as possible. Fortunately, you can set it as a priority. Hit the priority button here to make sure the canister is seen to as quickly as possible. Prioritizing a patient or canister in this manner will place it at the front of any queue it joins. You should use this for, well, anything you like really, but emergencies in particular.
What is that stuff inside there? It's like it's just been thrown in there and it's just splattered all over there. I seem to recall when we did a peeping at on this, I quite enjoyed the canister business, the big aliens coming along and needing help.
Baz's skin is remarkable. I've already identified 7 brand new proteins. This will redefine our understanding of what meat can be. Despite his freaky space flesh, I don't see why we couldn't fix him up with a new cocktail from our skin lab. Now it's time for those canisters to go in the other direction. Let's fill some up, load them into a shuttle, and hose down our new friend with a pharmaceutical cocktail strong enough to melt turbo steel beams.
Okie dokie. What is this?
Somebody died.
Prioritize canisters. Yeah. Oh. it's also hard. Right, okay. Prepare canisters. So what is it that we need to do? What queue are they in though for the skin treatment lab? This one. They want to come into here. Is this how many people are waiting for the room? But there's no priorities. Oh, canisters. I think. Will we not? Huh? Is this not where you want to be? Skin lab. Wait for skin lab. Oh, one's in. Okay. So. Edit room. Repair. Why can't I do the recoloring when the room's already built though? Why can't I click these in? Oh, look. Was it because I was in the middle of building it? Maybe that's what it was. Oh my god. Yes.
Director, heal? Some mean-looking mollusks just entered the hospital.
Yes, Mary. Those are vomitungs. They'll bite any sapiens they encounter, causing their victim to evacuate their guts directly onto the floor. Director, Mehdi is perfectly capable of dispatching these vomitungs himself, but if you fancy it, you can use the station's coils to eject the pests from our mortal coil. Just a little death-based pun for your private enjoyment.
These things. Oh, but they're so adorable. Look at oh, it's like of Mice and Men. I squished him too hard. He was so adorable. Chases and stings patients, causing them to violently vomit. Catch it. Catching it will dispose of it. Oh. One more canister. Where are you? He's getting his fill. He's getting his fill. Colossal Star Wars. Patient's treatment track. Oh, can we see actually conditions? Oh, look. Some good names there. Okay, so we're ready.
Our canisters are brimming with our new colossal regeneration fluids and waiting in your docking bay. Let's get them sent out. I can't wait to see if this works. If it doesn't, we may all be going to jail. Exciting!
Launch the shuttle when ready, Director.
Because he starts selling us stuff, doesn't he, if I recall from the thing.
She's away! Keep an eye on the display, Director. We'll see the fruits of our labors any moment now.
Oh, that medicine of yours really hits the spot. Glad to be rid of that itch. It felt like there was something different about you, and there's the proof. Before I go, I collect trinkets. Things traded or earned. I find these exchanges build interesting bonds between cultures. Have some of this stabilizing solution as thanks.
Stabilizing solution. New blueprint. Stabilizing solution postpones untimely death, allowing additional time for treatment. May cause hair loss. This item can now be crafted.
Well, I'm off. Thank you, Galacticare. I'm sure we'll see each other soon.
Well, we've just treated a higher dimensional talking cetacean. I'm going to hold my breath until my heart rate comes down and map out these new organs. Maybe I'll name one after you.
A delightful performance to watch, Director. The stabilizing solution Baz gave us has remarkable properties. It'll fully replenish the health of any patients you use it on. Rather handy if there are specific people you'd rather didn't die. Should you ever have need of more, you can make use of the craftium we've been collecting to fabricate them from the inventory panel.
Oh, look, we've got the Baz stuff. That's cool. Oh, they're really big though. They are really big. We're gonna need a bigger wall, boys. Okay, let's. Yes. Oh, it's a bit involved. deleting stuff.
Welcome to the hospital rating screen. Here we can review everything that's wrong with your hospital. Not to worry, should it be terribly deficient, there are plenty of pro tips to explore in these various tabs. On this summary screen, we can review any common thoughts and complaints, as well as admire the potential rewards you can earn. Feel free to peruse the remaining tabs at your leisure, or close the panel when you're ready to proceed.
So let's have a look here. So review each tab for information. So this is the summary screen. So we've got our overall rating here, the rewards we get. We're not doing challenge mode. So common thoughts, ordinary decorations are poor. And I think that's mostly in the corridor with nowhere to sit. Yeah, so food and drink coverage is great. Currently sitting. Curious decorations are okay. Lightly decorated area. Congestion. Okay, so treated. Looks like it's been going quite well. Bit of a blip. We did kill somebody. That happened.
Success rate is the most crucial score in healthcare. As you might imagine, prematurely dead patients tend not to give 5-star reviews. Nor do those who leave early, either as a result of their own boredom or your direct dismissal. Organics are fickle things, as I'm sure you're aware, and it's in our financial interest to keep them happy or alive. Ideally both. Remember, dead organics don't pay.
No, they don't. So, this 25 treatments completed in the last 5 minutes.
The more patients you treat, the more people become embittered. A step which we can surely all get behind and which you can track on this panel.
Completed patient health. Treatment quality. Wait times. Expertise utilization. Recovery reward availability. 100. We don't have one. I guess it's just not needed here. This is the measure of average patient health at the end of treatment. At the end of treatment. Right. Okay. After visiting a recovery ward, if applicable, in the last 5 minutes. This is a key metric and will influence your overall hospital rating.
There are many ways patients can expire. Long waits, ineffective treatments, and so on. This panel will let you review the current factors affecting patient health, and thereby tell you what needs correcting.
So, patient mood is a bit but 100% on nutrition, 100% on toilet, 100% on seating, but we know seating is a problem, so I find that weird.
Director, Ms. Orion has sent over the details of a new room. Something about investing in people. What a novel concept.
Yeah, there used to be awards for that. I don't even know if that exists anymore. Does anyone care anymore?
The training room is an environment in which our staff can gain experience with safe, gentle, ethical brainwashing with the memories of experts in their field. It can be a bit much for their neuroplasticity to fully absorb, as well as pass out which families actually belong to them. Nothing too serious, though.
So, training. This machine trains doctors. Instances of mental egg-scrambling are vanishingly rare.
People can be trained with other people's memories? Can I go?
No. Director, let's get a training room built so we can help our staff become their best selves, whether they like it or not.
So, training room. So, ooh, look. This is the machine that does the stuff. There. Pretty good.
A fine, fresh training room. Now, let's teleport a doctor in. They'll begin training immediately.
Director? Heal? There's a little creature floating around in here. Should I zap it?
That's a Solok. Director, these critters are entirely harmless, and will deposit a large number of credits into our account when you catch them. That's why they can open accounts of their own. The banking sector is a disaster.
I'll exchange any item for some credits. And just for you, there's always a freebie. Right now, I've got a holodoc, I think you call it. Oh, and I've also got a Medibot. Found him adrift in space a while ago. He was just spinning, really. Purchase an item, and I'll transport it over to your inventory. As for the holodoc, I must insist that you take it. He keeps popping into existence inside my spleen.
Efficiency regulator allows a room to rack up credits like real estate your grandparents bought for 2 chickens. Dramatically increases room durability by means of literal vibes. Pest trap lures in any pests in a wide radius, instantly killing them upon contact. Extra medibot. Drop this on the ground to deploy an additional medibot. Satisfaction not guaranteed. Stabilizing solution postpones untimely death. And the repair kit instantly repairs a room to maximum durability. Who needs medibots? I think I might buy a medibot.
It's payday.
The holodoc emitter Baz has gifted us is a valuable piece of kit. A room upgrade. Place it in one of our treatment rooms and it'll kick into action.
So here it is. Okay. Less effective than a real doctor. The GP's office. Sure.
Holodocs are driven by advanced predictive AI. They're not sapient and thus require neither pay nor rest. This would make them perfect doctors if not for the limitations on their AI, which prevent them from learning or demonstrating any personality whatsoever. These qualities do make them excellent corporate executives, however. One of our doctors has leveled up. Let's take a closer look. Select them when you're ready.
Inspect highlighted doctor.
Level 1 doctors will start out as trainees, and upon reaching level 2, you're able to assign them an expertise, which will allow them to work far more effectively in one specific room. Select an expertise to continue. Here you can see the options for this doctor's expertise, which are based on the rooms they've worked in while in your hospital. Choose one to continue. Director, something we haven't yet covered is Medibot modes.
Hey, that's me!
Yes, it is, Medi. Well done. Director, select a Medibot to continue.
Jeez. So we've got these things. These are the things he was talking about flying around. A friendly critter which will grant you 3,500 credits if you catch it. Solarks are attracted by clean and tidy corridors. Collecting them will grant you 3,500 credits. What? Wow. Nuts. Okay, so we're going to inspect these guys.
Here we can see the configuration of this Medibot. Adjusting this will focus them on specific tasks. You can also use this window to change the appearance of your Medibots, in the event that you share that particular fascination with our previous director.
Okay, that's good. So, default mode, prioritize room maintenance.
And with that, we've completed our orientation protocol. Excellent work.
Medibots. It's a tab. Okay. So this is room maintenance. Prioritize room maintenance above other tasks. Prioritize corridor maintenance. Prioritize cleaning.
Don't forget to collect your rewards for hard work, Director.
Let's do that. Okay. Here we go. New blueprint. Less effective than a real doctor. So we get the blueprint. It's so that what? We can make our own. Efficiency regulator. Allows a room to rack up credits. I don't really... Does that mean what? That we get more money in those particular rooms? So if I was to come into... here... Oh, look. Oh, this is... I see what's going on. They prioritize certain... ailments and stuff. That's actually really cool, isn't it? That's a really good idea.
We're receiving a call from Dorian Salazar, the CEO of Salazon.
Oh, a friendly visitor from Loam Space. Collect it to gain 2 Loamite. Ooh. Positive vibes and happy patients.
Dorian Salazar has begun playing the kazoo while he's on hold, and I'm unable to make it stop happening.
I want to listen.
Greatness drunkards can't even answer the bloody telephone. Oh, we're on. Greetings, Galacticares. This is Dorian Salazar, CEO. With which space creature am I speaking?
Mr. Salazar, a very fine day to you, sir. You're through to the director's office. If you're...
A robot? Well, that's a daring hire. Listen well, computer boy, to my terrible problems. My workers were performing an orbital trash discharge, and in a totally unforeseeable disaster, they were coated in unknown sludges. After they completed their assigned shifts, an intern noticed that their bodies had warped into some manner of transparent slime. Here then is my offer to your fine company. If you're able to keep some workers alive for their shifts tomorrow, I'll send you some space money.
Of course. We'll send over a contract and then we can...
That won't be necessary. Good luck to you and goodbye.
Well, that's delightful. Director, it sounds like we're in for an influx of emergency patients. Director, the emergency patients from Salazon are now arriving, and they're in a wretched state. We'll be lucky if most of them don't drop dead in the corridor. Let's save as many as we can. Be sure to prioritize them so they're seen to as quickly as possible. And I think now's the time to use that stabilizing solution we received from Baz.
Okay, so we're going to prioritize them. So it's like our emergency patients, right?
Finally, dying. Guess it's over.
Jellification. Oh, do we get the jelly vat? Big Kion skin lab. So we could build another skin lab, maybe? Oh, yes. Absolute freaking yes. Pop that there. Okay. Now I used to be able to press a button and duplicate this item in 2 point. But here, seems no.
Rest in peace to that plucky fellow. I pretend to be angry about their excruciating death, but I think we all knew it was on the cards.
We need another
This
doctor.
is Dorian Salazar expressing some legally mandated gratitude that you managed to save one of those workers. Their colleagues appreciate you. Keep it up and so on.
I'm loving that Baz thing. They're great, those signs. I'm loving those signs.
3 of those workers have now informed us that they'll be ready for work in 2 hours. Rather better than expected, Galacticares. Saves us a good bit of time on ordering new interns.
So, there we are. Treat emergency patients. We killed 1. It's just as well there wasn't only 1.
Not bad, Galacticares. We'll barely have to pay any compensation to their aggrieved relatives. Your dosh is in the tubes, along with a coupon for my preferred moustache oils.
Star Wars, the patient's misadventures, has left them with warts, but in a sci-fi kind of way. I beg your pardon.
Quite the ride, Director. I'm up to my pineal gland in new data. Either that or I'm overdosing on hypercaf. I'm going to dive right into genome mapping Baz. His cells keep phasing through the collector, so it might take a bit of tinkering. Heal will apprise you of our next job. But for now, thanks for making this real. You're bringing our dream to life. Now, let's change the galaxy.
Excellent work, Director. Mazarian seems thrilled, and we've already booked another contract. A music festival in Earth space, if you can believe it.
What's a music festival, Heel?
In this case, Medi, I dread to imagine. Earmuff mode on standby. I'd rather your circuits weren't blown out by exposure to Ohde and harsh noise. Director, should you prefer to hang about and continue working in your fine hospital, we'll remain on site with you until you choose to move on.
We are going to move on from this level. We will continue on to level 2 in the next episode. Bye! If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Thank you to all my Patreons for their continued support.